Greetings, Slackers. September Man here, and I'm just continuing my walk today. I'm out the house, feeling rebellious. I won't be told what to do. But if you like conspiracy theories, subscribe to this channel because I'm going to be pumping out some videos and informing you of some things that you might not have been aware of. And right now, I want to talk about this whole COVID-19 outbreak. And it's not really an outbreak. I mean, if you look at the numbers, this is ridiculous. There's 7 billion people in the world, less than 1 million infected. And something you should know is if you go to the hospital and you die, they can put down and report what you died from as something other than what you died from. What do I mean by that? Right now, anybody who goes into the hospital and dies, their death is going to be blamed on COVID-19. That's going to be cited as the cause. They had some respiratory issues. Maybe they were having asthma or something like that. And they hyperventilated, couldn't breathe. COVID-19. You should know this, and this is important because I've had family members who have been impacted by the conditions that they've had to face in the hospitals. And that has impacted me. And it's going to impact all of us, including you. Maybe it's already have. But I'm going to get justice. I'm going to get justice for the wrong. And what do I mean by that? These hospitals are in the business of making money. They're not there to save you. They're not there to help you. You go in there, you know, they're going to run up the bill and they're going to perform a bunch of unnecessary procedures. They're going to prescribe all kinds of unneeded medication. And what is the impact of that? Well, the impact is it generates money. About a week ago, the Surgeon General got on TV, and I thought it was very interesting that he was promoting people to get out and donate blood.
We know many of you are home practicing the president's guidelines for social distancing. But one thing we should all consider, especially our millennials and Gen Z, is donating blood. As an anesthesiologist who still practices at Walter Reed taking care of our wounded warriors and our soldiers, I know donated blood is an essential part of caring for patients, and one donation can save up to 3 lives.
If you look back a couple years, there's been a couple of other events, such as the shooting in Vegas, that brought to light, and actually it goes back further than that, the shooting in Miami, the shooting that took place in Miami, highlighted that blood donations were down. And I think there's something more sinister going on. The blood is down. Whether you believe it or not, I'm just going to go ahead and throw it out there as I've kind of figured this out from my own studies and analysis. But there are vampires. There are real life vampires. There are people who drink blood.
Until recently, blood donations were a way of stockpiling supply for emergencies and natural disaster response. That's all changed thanks to the new practice of using this essence of life to help older people become young again.
It's not going to erase 50 years of aging, but it's a medium amount of improvement.
By phone from Florida, Stanford School of Medicine graduate Jesse Karmazin says more than 2 years ago he decided to apply the animal research practice of parabiosis to humans. Parabiosis research linked 2 mice, one younger, one older, via blood transfusion. The blood from the younger rodent reversed the effects of aging in the older one. Karmazin is using the same method on people, charging $12,000 for a double dose.
And to corroborate this, there's a lot of information coming out about something called adrenochrome. Look this up. It's called adrenochrome. And adrenochrome is a chemical hallucinogen that is deposited into the blood whenever someone goes into fear. Now, what's the importance of this? Well, there's some conspiracy theories out there that say that, you know, there's sex trafficking rings, kids have been kidnapped, and all this stuff. And all of that is plausible. I won't reject that information for one moment. But I know as a black person coming from LA, I've had grandparents and family members always tell me, you know, hey, be careful where you go, watch who you hang with at night. Because something that's not reported on often enough is that there is organ harvesting going on. And I'm sorry about the background noise. Some gardeners, they're doing their work. I'm walking on the other side of the street. But going back, there's organ harvesting going on. And if you're kind of new to this topic, I won't lie, it can be quite scary. You know, when people go into the hospitals, are they dying from what they're really dying from, what's being reported on their death certificate? Or are diseases such as COVID-19 being used to cover up something more sinister? You know, it's a way to drive fear. It's a way to drive blood donations. It's a way to get something for free under the false pretense that people usually want to help other people. You know, that's the kindness in them. Unfortunately, there are entities out there who know this about people, and they will use events such as phony crises to exploit the kindness of people and get them to give, get them to part ways with something that normally, under normal circumstances, they wouldn't have, but an emergency precipitated this act of kindness out of them. You know, this happens in relationships too. But that's a tangent for another video. We'll talk about that another time. But if you're looking for some quarantine entertainment, you should look up the movie Daybreakers. It's with Ethan Hawke and Willem Dafoe. And I remember going to the movies years ago to see this movie, and it was eye-opening then. And every time I watch it, it is still eye-opening now. And speaking of which, look forward to some videos on more quarantine entertainment movies that you can watch. If you need some fear porn, I can lead you in the right direction. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it right there. That's gonna do it for this video. Get out the house, get some sunlight. Catch you in the next video.